Hi, my beautiful Scorpios. So excited to talk to my Scorpio family. I do consider you guys truly family. Um, a lot of the way I roll through the world is connected to Scorpio. So when I sit down and talk to you, there is a natural way that I flow through this. Partially because I'm a Sag rising and I have my Mercury, Mars, and Sun in Leo. But with the way my houses roll out, it's all in my 8th house. So, and then I have placements in Scorpio as well. So, here we are, July. Quite the experience. For you, Cancer season is this 9th house expansive philosophical energy. And there's also this big thing going on with fixed energy having a bit of a molding process. And I think you are a sign that is really feeling the molding experience of kind of being reshaped. You're almost putty. You're doing this. This isn't something that's happening externally. This is something that you've been working towards for a while, and this is a month because we have tons of retrograde action and we have 2 eclipses. This is a month where you can utilize the energy to truly reshape and refashion your lenses and refashion your expanded horizons. And it's pretty profound and intense. Part of the reason I'm saying fixed energy is going through such a huge thing is we have Uranus and Taurus, which is affecting fixed signs across the board. And then we also have this big Aquarius full moon, total lunar eclipse. Southern Hemisphere gets to see that show on July 27th. And of course, Aquarius, our fellow fixed sign here. And for you, that's your 4th house. It's your home and family. It's your internal spaces. It's going through a revolution, where you're spending your time, how you're spending your time, what your internal secret spaces look like. Not only that, but your original ruler, Mars, is retrograde all month. And that will affect you. You will feel it. He's retrograde in Aquarius as well. And that retrograde is making all of us take a second look at things. This is a month not to utilize your temper or your action-based mindset to get things done. Let me start shuffling away here. There's also this profound thing going on before we even get to the full moon at the end of the month. We have a new moon in Cancer on July 13th in your 9th house, where you want to set your vision. Can you see what I'm talking about with the molding? With molding your identity, molding your horizons, molding your internal and external, taking some time. I can actually trust Scorpio to do that. You guys are good at watching and perceiving. And Knight of Pentacles is first out of the gate. And I think in some ways maybe you will feel a little bit stuck. You will feel a little bit like you're the Knight of Pentacles, and you may not want to feel like the Knight of Pentacles. You may not want to be in this position, or there's a situation that you're like, no. Even though you're fixed energy, there is a hunger for transformation in your bones. And to be in this more stable energy, wow, grounding. It's really interesting, Scorps. To be in this grounded, stable energy it feels good in some ways, right? Come down from the interdimensional plane a little bit and be here in the self-value zone, in the earthly zone. But maybe also a little bit stifling. But here's where that molding process, taking the clay and molding something new. Why am I thinking about homunculi? Or golems almost. Isn't that weird that I'm saying that? I know some of you probably know what I'm talking about. These energetic creations. I'm not even going to go there right now. I'm not going to go there. The other thing that's going on here too with this molding thing and this energy that I'm feeling for you. Jupiter's going direct. One of the few planets that will be direct this month is going direct on the 10th. And that's in your sign still till November. So you have another 4 months to really utilize that spotlight energy, right? And this is important to do. This is important timing for you. Hierophant. Look at that grounded energy. Scorps. Wow. There is something going on here with you needing to slow down and take a really firm, hard look at something in your life. That, looking at what's working very well, I see many things working quite well. Working in lockstep, functioning at a steady level. However, this is slow, introspective energy. This is energy that watches and listens and pays attention. It's very associated with Taurus, 4 of Cups as well. Wow. Slow energy going on here, which makes me think, as soon as I see that, you have something in your life, whether it's a practical thing, something's a little out of whack, Scorps. Something's a little out of whack with you in your life. And maybe you've been trying to make it work. Maybe you've been saying, well, I can just keep doing this. I can keep doing this, because if there's one thing about Scorps that I know, it's that you guys can stay very loyal to a fault. 6 of Cups been coming up. Retrogrades bring the past back. Eclipses close out old cycles of the past. And 6 of Cups is so about collapse of time, so about future, past, time, and the present all combining. What was then, what is now. Wow. But I just get this sense, it's like you guys are very loyal. You can stick out a long haul. You can... That has to do with the full moon. That has to do with the full moon. Something has to be cleared away. Something has to be cleared away. And then the sun comes out. Okay. I'm going to be honest, I'm not even surprised the Tower came out. I started this reading knowing that this month was going to remold and reshape what your future vision looked like, and that there was this sense that something had to be released and something needed to be molded into a new shape and a new form, and it's you molding. It's you doing the molding. It's you being prepared and being ready. And there's, with these eclipses and the way they're hitting your 9th house and then your 4th house, it's profound. And this Aquarius full moon with the total lunar eclipse, and then Mars right there, still retrograde, hanging out next to it. It is just a surprise moon. It is a moon that shakes things up, and we're getting the electric shock from Uranus and Taurus. It's like a whole fixed energy world out here. But man, okay, so like I was saying, you guys have loyalty, right? You can ride with this kind of grounded, consistent energy for a long time. You can collect the information, collect the data, store it away, keep an eye out, collect the resources you need to make changes, and then not move at all, right? I mean, and the other side to these first 4 cards, which really represent for me all the way through the first eclipse, through the Cancer new moon eclipse, a time of assessment, a time of serious assessment. It's the kind of, this energy to me, when I see all 4 of these like this, the way they came out together, the story they're telling me, it's the kind of thing where you wake up at 2 a.m. with the sweats out of a dream with some very strong thought on your mind, like, I can't take another day of staying in this apartment. I can't take another day of being with this person. I can't take another day of pretending to play this role that is not working for me. And you've been collecting this data for a long time. Months. Some of you, maybe even years, quite honestly. You know you have a bigger spiritual vision. You have a bigger path leading you forward. You want to be committed to things. You want to show up to things that are going to last. You want to build a foundation that has meaning and value and depth. You're wondering when that's going to happen. There's some dissatisfaction going on here a little bit. Some eagerness for some new breath of fresh air, and you don't know where it's coming from, and it feels like it's never going to come. First half of this month, waking up in the sweats, needing the change, not knowing how or when it's going to come, even possibly losing a little bit of your faith. Because if you with your big hearts and your ability to feel things, when you have to keep showing up to things that do not feel authentic to you, it is just like the worst self-betrayal that I can think of for Scorpios. It's this feeling of like truly like betraying yourself over and over again, and it just does not feel good. And you can't do things that are inauthentic. I mean, you can. I mean, you guys are capable of doing it. You know how to do it. You're social engineers to some extent. You're social engineers. You can show up to an event or to a series of events or situations in life over and over again if you have to, but it's self-betrayal, and underneath it's cutting you up. There's a decision to be made. The second half of this month is a real wild ride. We get into that Mercury retrograde in your 10th house of what you do in the world. At the end of the month, we're in Leo season, your 10th house of what you do in the world, who you are in the world, how you represent in the world, how you put yourself out there in the world. It's all coming together. Your relationships, how you put yourself out in the world, where your energy is getting sucked away, where you're feeling trapped. And there is this crux of decision making. You got to drop any masks. It's just unbearable for you moving forward if you can't drop the mask. You're not the juggler. You don't need to be wearing this mask anymore. You've collected the data. A lot of you have the information you need to call it. Maybe there is a relationship in your life that is weighing you down, that is replaying old patterns. Maybe you have somebody, honestly, that full moon could really bring back some people from the past. Or it could bring back some situations that echo and reverberate past pain, past worries, past fears, and also past hopes. Almost scarier, right? Almost scarier to have past hopes put in your face. Because if you've been trying to just function and just push through, the reminder of the hopes and the visions and the expansion that you want can sting. Here's where the breath of fresh air comes in, though, and I actually am really happy that we have the Tower, and I think you'll appreciate it, Scorps. Tower is a breath of fresh air. It is a truth. It is the toppling of something that has been holding you. It is freedom from a cage, from a cycle. It is utter freedom. It is escape. And not in the bad way, like not escapism, but true release and freedom from something that felt like it would hold you forever. And it's so amazing to me because it releases you right into abundance and well-being. This is so your mode. You guys are so funny. You crack me up because you do. You take your time, you collect the data, you do the research, you secretly store all of it away. You have it at the ready, filed in order. You really take your time to do that. I admire that. And then when it's time to burn and destroy and end, you do it all out. And then there's the relief and you feel so good and you feel like yourselves again and the sun comes out and the birds are chirping and you're like, great. Next adventure. Bring it. Here's one thing I will say with the process I see for you all here. Everybody's going through a bit of a roller coaster this month. Everybody. Everybody's got their personal process. Everybody's touching different wounds and hopes and dreams and downloads in their system, in their process, in their energetic field. And some people will deal with it better than others. And you just want to make sure you don't utilize that temper that burns so profoundly, unless it's, even if it's necessary, give it that 10 seconds. Give it that day, give it that night of sleep before you lash out. And I've been saying this to everybody, but really, truly, I have been saying it to everybody. I just know that you guys can like incinerate somebody with like one sentence. So of all the people I can think of that have the potential to really like cause some pain, you guys have that. So especially with you guys are one of the people that got the tower and the world. And pulled a final card for the month. The overarching energy for July for Scorpio is the world. Man, speaking of transformation, there is a transformation this month for you guys. Huge transformation. Huge release into new energy. I don't necessarily think all of you, the tower is going to be a catastrophic event. In fact, for some of you, the tower could just really be that electrical zap that's very exciting. It can be the infusion of a new experience. It can be the infusion of a new conversation in your relationships. Because quite honestly, look at how this tower is coming out. It's coming out with the really supportive energy around it, really profound, warm, wonderful energy around it, which suggests to me that this tower is much more about just burning something away that's not serving, and there being a lot more clarity and calm and peace and happiness in that. But there's also just this readiness, this eagerness from Scorps. Like, you will have no remorse in walking away from things that aren't serving you. You will have no remorse in just saying bye, you know? Like I said, you've collected the data. This is stuff that you've been thinking about for probably a long time, so it's not out of left field necessarily what you are kind of done with. So nobody's really going to be able to like dissuade you from what you already know. I'm a little intimidated right now. So I'm going to close it out there. Take breaths. Try to avoid any reactive situations. Take it easy. Some of you may want to keep collecting data for another month. I'm just going to throw that out there. You might be surprised how things come full circle by the end of the month and going into August, so just going to throw that out there. Woo, you guys are powerful. You're extremely powerful beings. I sometimes forget before I come and sit with you how deep we go, how fast. It's fast. I respect it. I respect the hell out of you guys. I do. I hope to see you over on Instagram at the SARAHTAROT. I love our conversations over there. Also, I will be doing some pre-recorded readings for late July and into August, so if you're interested in one of those, email me. I will get back to you as soon as I can. It might take me a few days, but I will get back to you. I'm still setting up live sessions on Skype and phone, and I would love to work with you guys. So those are right now, I'm booking at the end of August and into September, and I would love to set one up with you and get that rolling. So great to work with you guys. Kind of prepare for your birthday season. That would be amazing. I am sitting here wearing gorgeous PinkLune jewelry. She's given you 15% off. Ethically sourced, handmade, all by one beautiful person named Tiffany. So go check her out, and I will leave her stuff in the description box with the promo code for 15% off. Also, my beautiful Jill, another one of my wonderful people in my life. We have the Cancer painting here. There will be prints of this on her website. She has a lot of beautiful art, including, look, I mean, you can just stare into this for days and get into a meditative trance, really, truly. I will leave all of that info in the description box, so you can go check her out at her website or on Instagram. And I do this because these are people I really love, and they're a part of my life, and it matters. But with that being said, I love you, Scorpio family. I'm so thrilled to have such a powerful reading today. I will see you in August. Hang in there. Be good to yourselves. And I will talk to you very soon. Mwah.